Hey, what's happening, guys? I think today's the day we're going to get to put some electricity into this old Gibson amplifier and see what happens. So, in the last video, we got rid of the old capacitors and I added some leads for the new capacitor. I also 3D printed this holder for the new replacement can capacitor that's going to go in here, and it'll be nice and Velcro strapped down there. And I think I'm also just going to put some adhesive foam tape down there just to keep it in place. We also need to remove the depth cap. And I think that's about where we're at. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 filter capacitor leads, and this is where it's going to ground to, because that's where the old one went, and that's where we're going right back there. Now, the originals in here were all 20 microfarad. We are going to bump up the first one to 40, and the other 3 will be at 20, and we're going to hope that hope that will be okay. Hope that will be okay. So again, here you can see, it'll focus. You have negative there. Then you have these labeled Y, X, U, and O. Y is the 40, X is, well, the rest of them are 20. You could have, you know, when you made these JJ can caps, you could have just stamped your minus there and maybe like a 4 and then 2 on all the rest of them. But I don't know. I don't manufacture capacitors and things of that nature, so not up to me. I'm gonna get some shrink wrap. I'll be right back. Alright, so let's get some shrink wrap going here. This should be good for the black. And yeah, it's probably gonna be too big for my reds. I will use clear on the reds. Alright. Let's get ready and get started. I'm sure I have a stable base. And there's my negative. My shrink wrap. And I have already tinned both the end of the connector wires and the terminals there. So pre-tin everything. Makes everything go much smoother. Get my iron ready. I don't know how I'm going to do this yet. If it'll sit like that, I might just try and solder it in right there. And now that I'm looking at that, I am realizing that that heat shrink, well, I guess it will. What do I know? Alright, let's try this again. That goes in there. A little bit of solder for thermal transfer. let that cool. Well, that's cool, and I want to solder on the 40, which is the connector labeled Y. That's this one right here. And that is going to be this wire. And we need to get our heat shrink ready for it. But that's not the right one. The first one. Yeah, this one. One coming right off. I'll show you in a second, but the one coming right off the transformer is one I want to put the biggest capacitor on. Clean my iron. Little dab will do you for thermal transfer. And down she goes. And then we will let that cool, solidify, however you want to call it. Alright, where'd my... Cut up some more heat shrink. And now they're all 20s from here on out, so it doesn't really matter where I put them. So now what I'm going to do is just try and be somewhat neat about it. So we'll swing this guy down here, over here. Let's see if we can't get him or her. I never checked into the genders of capacitors. See if we can't get them soldered down there on the bottom. I don't know what the capacitor pronouns are. And if they're different for, you know, electrolytic or ceramic or tantalum. Tantalum and reefers are probably female if there's a gender to capacitors. Alright. I'll rotate that back this way. Now I got this one over here. And we'll put him down here. Don't worry. He'll settle down when we put the heat to him. They always do. You see? No trouble. Now we can untwist. We got one left, and I need one more piece of heat shrink. We'll route you under there. I might not have cleared a big enough hole there. Hang on. When I tinned the holes in the capacitor, and I then cleaned out the holes. But maybe in this one, I did not clean them out enough. That should do it. Oh yeah, there we go. Remember, just a little bit for thermal transfer. You don't want to be transferring the solder that you're using for the connection from the iron to the joint. Oh, that didn't go in the hole. Come on. There we go. All right. So now we'll give them a minute or two to cool, and I'll get the hot air gun ready to do the shrink wrap. All right, we got the hot air gun in one here. So let's come on. See if we can't slip these over here. Oh yeah. That's gonna come out real nice, I think. Assuming I can get this one on. Crap. Alright, we'll come back to you. Oh, this is turning out to be much more difficult than I had envisioned. Alright. Yeah, the heat shrink just doesn't want to slide on the wires very easily, and that was making it difficult to do it with one hand. Alright, so there's the last of the capacitive ones. Oh boy. Is there any way I'm going to be able to get that on there? Oh, come on, we're so close. Alright, we're calling that a win. And then we can shut this off. I'll be back. All right. So our capacitor is all nice and buttoned up in there. Let's spin this guy around. Oh, wow, it's supposed to have a 0.6 amp fuse. That ain't what I pulled out of there. What I pulled out of there was a 2 amp fuse, and it is blown. I got a replacement as a 1 amp fuse I thought would be fine because it was half what was in there, but as a 0.6, oh. For testing purposes, let's hope it'll be fine. Alright, what I want to do now are just some life and death checks. You want to make sure. Let's turn this on. Want to make sure there's no short between live and neutral. There's neutral and ground. Live and ground. Good. No shorts there. I also want to check. There's my main ground coming in. There's the ground for the eyelets over here. Good. Alright, here we go. There's our jack. Got our pots here. Good. 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 That one does not seem to be grounded. That one is. Huh. I'm getting no ground off the treble pot. That's me touching the frame. I'm getting ground off the other pots. I'm not getting anything off this treble pot. Curious. Well, we've reached that point where it's time to power it up and see what happens. Now, there are no tubes in here. What we're going to do is we're going to plug the amplifier into the dim bulb tester, the dim bulb tester into the mains. We're going to turn on the power. We're going to hope that bulb don't light up as bright as the sun. If it doesn't, then we'll power up the multimeter and we'll test some of the voltages here at the nodes. And yeah, so let's get going. So we'll plug the dim bulb tester in. Power is off to the outlet. Now we'll plug the amplifier into the dim bulb tester. Trying to get everything in the shot. Okay. Amplifier is off. Main power is off. Main power is on. Here we go. Hopefully nothing blows. I've got no indicator light, but I also have no super bright bulb. So, turn this off here. Let's go voltage, AC, and we'll see what's happening. All right, power on. So the power comes in and goes to here. Yep, there's 124 volts there. It goes over here, but let's see if we're getting anything out of the transformer. I don't think we are. Let's try DC out of the transformer. Millivolts, huh? Yeah, I'm getting millivolts out of the transformer, so where are we not getting the power out? Alright, I've been messing around down in here, measuring things, touching things. I think I might have even licked something. And I believe the problem is the switch. Let me show you. I'm going to get the multimeter ready here and put it in continuity mode. So if I touch these, we get a beep. Alright, the switch is in the on position. There is no continuity between them. Off position, nothing. So, like I said, I poked around, went through here, talked it over with the captain. We're going to try and jump the switch. So I'm going to jumper wire here. Everything is unplugged. Jumper there. Jumper there. Our chances of going boom have increased dramatically. All right, let me get it plugged in. All right, everything's plugged in. I just did a double check here to make sure I'm not shorting out on the frame anywhere in there, and I don't think I am. I think there's plenty of clearance. All right, let's see what happens. Cross your fingers. Major short. Dag nabbit. All right, I'm gonna have to go short circuit hunting. You've seen enough for now. I'll be back when I know more. Hope you're enjoying. If you are, give me a thumbs up. Feel free to comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe. Big thanks to all the patrons. Big thanks to you guys for watching. That's it. I'm out. Peace.